What's up, Friday? Happy Friday to you. Coming in live. If you're brand spanking new to a breakfast show, welcome. It is an honor to have you. My name is Michelle Churchill Dworack. And yes, I have a breakfast show, guaranteed episode, Monday through Friday, somewhere in the morning between Eastern Standard Time Zone, but we are live. I'm on 3 different platforms right now. So if you see me looking around, I'm looking around because we're in 3 places. So it is live. It's 11:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. So if you are brand new, welcome. It's an honor to have you. Today, I'm going to share with you how to drop 30 pounds with the grocery shopping haul, the exact grocery shopping haul that I use to do it. And you know what? After 11 months of struggling to drop even 1 inch, I finally biohacked my body with 3 things, which I'm going to share with you today. So I'm not an expert. I struggled. I failed forward. And what I found by listening to 40 plus Audible books has absolutely blown my mind. So I highly recommend hit follow, hit add friend. Okay. Come back to this when you can, because today's episode is not only going to prepare you to go to the market, you're going to know exactly what foods to get from the market that have 0 additives and 0 fillers, which could be causing you to struggle to reach whatever your end goal is, including if you want to improve your muscle tone or drop weight. So I'm super pumped up. I'm super fired up. I'm not a robot. It's not pre-recorded. Again, it's 11:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am in Michigan. Drop in the comments where it is that you're tuning in from. I would love to know. I'd love to say hello. So before we dive into the grocery shopping haul, just to cover the 3 things that I did change in order to drop 30 pounds in 5 months after 11 months of struggling to drop even 1 inch, obviously is fiber. It's something that a lot of us have gotten away from. Hello from Miami. A lot of us have gotten away from, including myself. And I hate to say this out loud because I hate to bash other companies, but Metamucil really should be banned. There's an app. The first little tip for you that literally has changed my life in many ways. I've lost over, I think, 16 inches just in inflammation from what I was buying food-wise. And I still eat my favorite foods. I still have drinks. I still have desserts. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm not this perfect queen. But here's the deal with the fiber. Metamucil, if you get this app called Yuka, Y-U-K-A, I don't care if you're 60, I don't care if you're 70, I don't care if you're 80, figure out how to get the app. It's free. It's called YUKA, and there's a little carrot, and it allows you to scan your foods. And when you scan your foods, Sue, why are you telling me to stop? When you scan your foods, guess what happens? It tells you if there's fillers or additives. It tells you the side effects of the fillers or additives that are in your foods. Because we live in the United States of America, which is an amazing place to be, we have full freedom. We have to realize that companies are out there to make money. Food industry is out there to make money. And if we do not 100% with certainty check our foods to make sure that there's no additives or no fillers, it's most likely in our foods. And it's very inexpensive for foods to be having these things in them. And again, companies are out there to make money. So do your due diligence. Please, dear goodness, get the Yuka app. If you don't have it and you're going to get it, drop Yuka in the comments. YUKA. So with your fiber, it should be anywhere between 25 and 40 grams. I've learned to biohack with 40 plus Audible books how to do this. I have a bread that's called Carbonut. So Carbonaut. It has 15 grams of fiber in 1 slice, and it's only 40 calories. Every day I either have like homemade egg salad, homemade chicken salad, homemade tuna salad, something on it, and I use it and I get my fiber in immediately. The fiber is the vacuum. Gia! The fiber is the vacuum to your intestinal tract. What I did not realize, awesome Missy, is that our intestinal tract is a really swirly slide. It's a really swirly, swirly, swirly slide, and all of our food and all of our beverages go through it. And I didn't realize that. So if we are deficit in water, if we're deficit in steps, if we're deficit in fiber, some of our food particles are being left behind. And when this happens, we get inflammation and bloating. We get irregular bowel movements. So if you can get your fiber to 25 to 40 grams, within 72 hours, you will see an alleviation to the inflammation, bloating, and irregular bowel movements. If you scan in the app Metamucil, in that Yuka app, YUKA, you will find that it alters sperm multiplication in men. It leads to ADHD, and it says right on the additive that's in it, possibly carcinogenic. So I really want you to get that app. Some good sources of fiber, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds is 10 grams of fiber. Come here, baby. 10 grams of fiber. You also have, 8 grams of fiber in a cup of berries. So your blackberries, your blueberries, your raspberries, your strawberries. We also have your greens, 7 grams in 1 cup. So those are sources of fiber that will help you track it and try to get 25 grams every day minimum, up to 40 grams. The fiber is not only for people who want to drop weight, it's if you want to maintain your weight loss efforts. So make sure that you don't supplement it and make sure that you start getting it, and you're going to see alleviation within 72 hours. It's also how you feel full and satiety. There's 2 types of fiber. You've got your insoluble and your soluble. And the only reason why I know this is because I've listened to 40 plus Audible books. So you've got your insoluble and your soluble fiber. And what it does is it really swells up into almost like a mucus. And on the soluble side, it's really, really thick. And it's really, really, really sticky like gum. So it's really the vacuum to your intestinal tract. So start getting the proper amount of fiber. How easy is that going to be for you? So I gave you some foods, YUKA, Nola, YUKA. So I gave you some foods that you can get when it comes to fiber. The second thing is your water. Guys, these are the 3 things I did to drop 30 pounds at 40 years old almost. And I've maintained it. So promise me, please do this. Your water intake, let's talk about that. What term do you think came fast? Do you think first we had the term lipolysis, or do you think we had the term liposuction first? Lipolysis or liposuction? And the answer is, lipolysis, which is how your body burns fat. Are you truly drinking half of your weight in ounces of water every day? Because statistically, when it comes to biohacking our human body, 75% of people are dehydrated right now this morning. So about 25% of people are actually burning fat. Lipolysis goes through a step called hydrolysis, where your body needs half of your weight in ounces of water. I started upping my water. I wasn't getting results for 11 months. Why? I was adding things like Mio and Crystal Light to my water, electrolytes. And the ones that I was buying were dirty. They had additives inside of them and fillers. I didn't know about that Yuka app, YUKA. So here I was enhancing my water with something that had additives. And when I got the Yuka app and looked at the high-risk additives and the side effects that came with them, not only were they carcinogenic, possibly, but the number 1 additive led to becoming overweight, led to becoming altering of the glucose levels. So we have to be very careful. Even the Zevia drink I was drinking, I was having 2 or 3 of them. It literally alters glucose levels and leads to becoming overweight. I was becoming addicted to it, and I couldn't figure out why it had stevia inside of it. So you have to be very careful. It could be the number 1 reason. Nothing's wrong with you. The number 1 cure to weight loss, the number 1 cure to cancer and these health conditions is food, but it's the right foods. So with your water, set a 90-minute timer, because I know life gets in the way. If you set a 90-minute timer, you are never going to forget to get your proper amount of water, because it's going to go off and you're going to stop, you're going to drop, and for 15 seconds you're going to drink, and you're going to repeat that all day long. That's the biggest tip. Please, dear goodness, right now, put on a piece of paper, write on it for me the word water, and please go put it next to your bed. Please, 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 please do yourself that biggest favor ever, 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 ever. Again, water on a piece of paper. You want to have water before you have coffee, and water is how you actually physically burn fat, okay? Also with water, if you do want to enhance it, when you search in the Yuka app, there will be recommendations towards the bottom, like the Nectar brand, some of the Noon, N-U-U-U-N. So it'll give you a recommendation if the one you're using right now is a bad one. So get that app. Another thing I have today in my water bottle, which is a steel water bottle, 40 ounces. Right, we're busy. I only have to have 2 of these a day. half your weight in ounces of water. So if you're trying to count a bunch of little 8-ounce little glasses, it's really hard. So treat yourself to a mug. Try to stay away from the plastic, right? So with this, I drink more water when I have a straw. I drink more water when I have room temperature water. And if you absolutely hate water, you can chew a piece of gum, because guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna quench your thirst. So chew the piece of gum, okay? I have watermelon some days. Some days I have peppermint leaves and mint leaves and lemons and limes and cucumbers. How can you have fun with your water? What would you like to put in your water? Drop in the comments what you think would be good. And again, make sure any enhancers you're scanning, because it could be the #1 reason why your body isn't adjusting, okay? Because of additives. So that's the second thing, is your water. If you are a soda water drinker, yes, you can use soda water. You have to scan it in the YUKA app. You know, those ice waters from Costco are horrible. They're like green and orange and pink. But regular soda water, like a LaCroix, if you scan it, those are usually very friendly, and that can count towards your water intake. People like to have that bubbly feeling. In the last decade, there's been a lot of research that's been done from Gary Brecka. I'm sure you've heard of Gary Brecka. He is the ultimate human. The ultimate human. He's biohacked the human body, and he literally is an engineer of our body every single day. And what they found is, let's go back to like, what class is it really quick? Science class. And there's the table of elements. And the smallest element on the element table is hydrogen. And I'm sure you've heard this, because it's gone completely haywire and is talked about by tons and tons of engineers on the body and naturopaths, hydrogen being added to the body. So hydrogen is not in our body. But if you add it into the body, what it ends up doing is it alters the blood flow. So it basically dilates the blood vessels for 10 hours, 10 times, somewhere around there, okay? It's not like 100% certainty it's gonna be exactly to a T, but you know, they've done this around research, and they have clinicals on it, third-party validation, and they have cleanliness, make sure, right? And what they found is hydrogen, when you can have more blood flow to every area in your body, guess what's gonna happen? Brain fog. The best, amazing improvement ever, because you have more blood flow, okay? Immunity, performance and recovery. I've never met an athlete that I haven't talked to. I was sitting in first class on a plane. There was a wrestler. You guys, I've never met one that doesn't have hydrogen every day, because your performance and your recovery. #3, headaches, blood pressure, all of that improves. The Celsius drink that I was using every day that says it speeds up your metabolism and accelerates fat loss, the #1 additive inside of it leads to becoming overweight. Just pull up the Yuka app right now, App Store, YUKA, search Alani, search freaking the Celsius. Guys, it's 2026. Like, what in the actual heck? So my nitro, which is a hydrogen water, you want a form of crystallization. Otherwise, you're paying for junk. These tablets, what I learned the hard way, you don't buy your hydrogen water from the checkout at Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Target, right? You want something that actually stands behind science, clinicals, third-party validation, and is clean. Otherwise, we're usually causing more harm than good. We think we're helping the body, but really we're altering X, Y, and Z. So it's a really cool, Brittany, it's a crystallization format. It comes in a packet that looks just like this. And all I do is I add it to my water. It comes in completely clear. Like, you put it in and it's clear. You shake it up. All of a sudden the water will make a huge pop noise. You look and it's bright yellow, showing you that the hydrogen has been activated, and you drink it, okay? So my can and my sachet is the exact same formulation. It's called Nitro. Drop Nitro in the comments. I'll share the video with you that explains it a heck of a lot better than I can. But I don't point you to a tool or point you to purchase it. Why? Because you should know what it does to your body. You should know the science and clinicals behind it. Like, let's learn about what it actually does. Because there's a day that I go without having it now, and I save 25 cents a day versus an Alani or a Celsius. And I'm actually doing something good for my body. So to watch my brain fog at 40 years old completely improve, and my performance and recovery and my hormonal headaches and my blood pressure actually check it and start using hydrogen water and see an improvement, I'll never stop using it. Okay, yeah, it comes in lemon, lime, grape, or it comes in black cherry. And if you want to drop nitro with the star, I can send you a shareable link. Okay, that's the water component. So yes, you can use any type of soda water. The best benefit though, soda water kind of makes people feel bubbly and their belly a little bit full, but hydrogen is where it's at. But you want crystallization formalized, and you also want to make sure that it's what? Hi, Lindsay, backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation. Otherwise, the FDA doesn't have to approve anything that's on a bottle. They can say for marketing purposes, whatever they want. It's a marketing tactic. It's to pull in your emotion and to get your attention, okay? Everything that I use, Samantha, is 30 days money back guaranteed. So great question. If you use it and it doesn't work for you, guess what? You ship it back, a completely empty bag, and you get all your money back and shipping as well. So that's a great question. Another reason why I tried that specific brand, okay? So when it comes to the third thing, which is our protein intake, right? We have the why behind water. We burn fat. We water the skin, right? It's also how we have energy and don't have constant hunger cues. A lot of people who are dehydrated do. Look at your urine. It should be a lightish yellow, never dark yellow, ever. Almost like a clearness, okay? Get a straw. Use a timer for every 90 minutes. Use something like watermelon or something fun to enhance your water. The third thing that we're going to talk about is obviously the most important, which is your protein intake. But what protein do you get? Because here we live in a world where it's like, okay, I learned that cottage cheese is a protein. I learned that Greek yogurt is a protein. I learned that protein bars. But you guys, every single one of the things that I was buying, every single one of them had additives in them that were literally carcinogenic. Leads to becoming overweight. Alters glucose levels. So I'm telling you, like if that was me, it's probably most likely going to be you as well. So get that Yuka app, YUKA. You'll know immediately. I'm pretty sure if you go to the market, you're buying the same cottage cheese or the same Greek yogurt or the same groceries on a regular basis, give or take, right? A little change. I used to get the brand that was on sale. Now I don't do that. Now I pay less 3 cents. I don't want to have that happening to my body. I don't want to have worse menopausal symptoms. I don't want to have things that cause psoriasis and have autoimmune disorders. Why do you think they're at an all-time high? The additives that are in our foods that we're not aware of. The additives in the United States of America and fillers allowed in our foods are banned in the countries. Like Spain, UK, Australia, completely banned. Okay? So with your protein, it should be your desirable weight. Not what you think your goal weight should be, but your desirable weight. So you have to probably do some research. You know, you've got Google, you've got ChatGPT. Be like, hey, I'm 5'7". I'm a female. If you're 5'4", put 5'4", female, weight. And it gives you a graph of where you should be falling, okay? And in that graph, the highest number in pounds is what you want to turn your grams of protein in. If you get to maintenance ever, you can go to the lowest number. So this is a short-term sacrifice for a future gain. Okay, so that higher number, mine was 150. 150 grams of protein I got every day. And if you're brand new to my show and drop new in the comments, I have a protein guide that will help you in many ways. Many ways. So if you drop new, I will share that with you in the comments once I hop off and get a few seconds. Okay? When it comes to your protein, 150 grams of protein is only 600 calories. 150 grams of fat is 1,350 calories. Wow. Well, guess what every single one of my meals have? Guess what they have? Every meal was cheese, fat. Every meal was avocados. Every meal was olives and olive oil. Every meal was egg yolks. Every meal was nuts and seeds because the omegas. So those are all a fat, which is great, but I got to pull a heck of a way back to be able to get my protein in. Otherwise, I'm eating 4,000 or 5,000 calories. Why? There's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. Double protein and carb calories. 1 gram of carb is 4 calories. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. Fats are called fats for a reason, Michelle. Too much of a good thing will cause high cholesterol. Too much of a good thing will cause high blood pressure. Too much of a good thing will cause heart disease. So I really had to come to that. A typical day of fats, when I was told should be a tablespoon or 2 of nuts, 1 tablespoon or half a tablespoon of peanut butter with a 1/4 of avocado and 1 egg yolk, I was like, wow. So you really have to pick and choose and realize that 150 grams of protein is only 600 calories. 150 grams of fat is 1,350. Yeah, if you just drop new in the comments, I'll send you that guide. Okay. The protein concept, you're going to have a new little tip, because I never want to be the girl who makes it look easy. But if you go right now to the market today, you're going to see that there'll be calories on everything. And how you know that something is a protein is you cover the last number of calories. So we all see 60, right? Can you drop a 1 if you see 60 for me? Just drop a 1 for me. Okay. If you see 60, and then you cover the last number of calories. So if I cover the last number, whatever I see is how many grams of protein minimum it should have. Okay, so if I cover it, I see a 6. That means the protein should be minimum 6. It's 13. Is that greater than 6? That's amazing. This is truly a protein. But then I would scan it with the Yuka app. I'd get out the YUKA app. I'd scan it. Are there additives or carcinogens inside of this, or toxins or dyes that are going to cause me to disrupt the endocrine system, alter glucose levels, or lead me to become overweight? Then I purchase it. Does that make sense? So you don't just purchase any type of Greek yogurt. So that's the hack for you. So A, now you know. B, now you know you're getting foods where the additives aren't actually hurting your end goal. There's one that says that it eats a muscle deteriorator. The bone mineralization, the additive eats away at them. That's an additive that's in our foods every day, guys. It could be the one that you're getting. So the app that's going to help you is called Yuka. Y-U-K-A. Y-U-K-A. It's free. I'm not giving you a code. I'm not getting anything for you going there. Let's do one more example just to make sure that my friends understand. This has 90 calories. So we go to the market. We covered the last number. What do we see? A 9. That means the bare minimum should be 9 grams of protein inside of this. And guess what? It is 16. Is 16 greater than 9? Awesome. Now I get out my Yuka app. Is it good? Is it going to disrupt something? Is it going to cause more harm than good? Because food is a cycle that's supposed to come in, and insulin is supposed to start using it as energy or storing it as energy. But what's happening, because we have these disruptors in our foods, the additives, toxins, and dyes that we didn't realize, is our food's coming in and just being stored as visceral fat because the system has become broken. It's just like anything, guys. It's like an assembly line at Amazon. Things can happen. I know it sounds crazy. After listening to 40 plus Audible books, I'm telling you right now, this is the truth. And I'm so glad that I've done my due diligence, and I'm giving you every tool. Okay? So that's the tip for you. Greek yogurt plain is great for replacing sour cream or mayonnaise, something that I do all the time when I make my egg salad, when I make my chicken salad, when I make my tuna salad, when we have Taco Tuesdays. So I still have a lot of fun, like I mentioned, and so can you. So drop a 1 if you just learned something new about the protein hack. And if you're brand new, I have a protein guide that helped me in many ways. It's not mine, but I'm happy to share it with you. If you drop new in the comments, I will send that to you after the show. When it comes to protein and water, one thing to always remember is it's the most abundant thing found in your body. The most abundant thing found in our body is protein and water. And I'm sure you know the most abundant protein found within your body is collagen. If we were to ever sit down, I've had conversations with over 2,000 customers that I've met with now. And the only thing I would ever say, organic Greek, Lori, it's good, but you'd have to scan it in the Yuka app. Because the organic chicken that's in the can is awful. But they have the wild brand there too as well. I can't tell you offhand. What happens with your protein? Protein and water are the most abundant things made up in your body. I would sit down with people. The only thing I'd ever tell anyone I met in this world that you should be using, otherwise you never have to use a supplement, would be collagen. It's the most abundant thing made up in your body. I used to have fake eyelashes. I used to have, no eyebrow. I used to have extensions, 40 years old almost. Okay, when I went through 20 different types of collagen and got results that I was looking for and listened to 4 different Audible books on collagen, it's when I realized, holy shoot, there's 25 different types of collagen. It's when I realized that on any ingredient list, the first ingredient listed is what you find the most of. The last ingredient listed is what you find the least of. So my last ingredient was some type of foreign collagen, and the first few ingredients were fillers. I'd rather pay an extra 18 cents a day for something that's a medical grade type 2 collagen. At 20, you have 100% collagen in your body. Each year after 20, you lose a minimum of 1%. It's never too late to add back in collagen. I've got my father-in-law who's 84 years old on it. Jeff is 55. He doesn't look a day over 40. We use a type 2 medical grade collagen. Okay, it has to be a liquid for water solubility. Otherwise, you're probably most likely not absorbing it. Okay, mine has fenugreek, which supports the gut lining. Also has organic tremella mushrooms, which mimics hyaluronic acid, and it has a fat burner over from Italy. The people in Italy are all very small and very petite and thin because they have that fat burner inside of their blood red orange. We can't bring fruit back to the States. So for the first time in the entire world, it's actually infused in a collagen. It's got science behind it, clinicals, third-party validation, it's clean, and it's patent. So the MoroSeal is a patent fat burner. We're 94% of users who use it. Body fat percentage, down. Visceral fat in this belly area right here, down. In body fat composition. It's 1 tablespoon a day. If you drop in the comments the word collagen, I'll send you the video that explains it a heck of a lot better than I can. And I don't want to look like a spammy whammy butthole. But all you do is keep it in the fridge, obviously. You shake it up. I used to buy all of those things separately. Fenugreek supports the gut lining. Type 2 collagen's the best form. Your organic tremella mushroom mimics hyaluronic acid. So all of my crow's feet and my 11s and 7s, you guys saw my transformation story. And then also it has that MoroSeal blood red orange. I pour it on a spoon, 1 tablespoon. I leave the tablespoon out for a reminder. I usually add it to my coffee or a smoothie or a Greek yogurt, or I take it off the frickin' spoon. Okay, comes in chocolate mint or chocolate raspberry. Okay, so that's the collagen production of it. The most abundant thing found in your body being protein. Your body really is like a Lego set. I've learned a lot, especially now with these injections that have all come out. You know, GLP-1 is the only way you really raise it holistically is if you use fiber. Hi, Annette. So fiber is what increases the GLP-1 hormone in the body, right? So people who do injectables and stuff, they're tricking the brain. So I would rather add something in at a mimicking effect in a cellular level to what's already in our body, which are all these short chain amino acids. They're everywhere. Norma, I'll send that to you. The short chain amino acids in our body, they're called peptides. I'm sure you've heard of them. You have to be careful on social media using that term. But they're short chain amino acids. And what happens when we have all of these additives and these endocrine disruptors in our foods, again, get the Yuka app so you know. You'll know immediately you might be someone who should get on cell activation, something to get those cells reactivated. And you can get off of it once you reach your goals. My husband needed it when he met me, 55-year-old man, lost 26 pounds now. He did it in 7 weeks. He's off of them. He's maintaining it. And it's a different formula depending on who you are, how long you've been trying. If you drop cell activation in the comments, I can share with you. I would ask you 3 questions and then I'd share a video. You'll know within 3 minutes what peptide stack is for you. These are micro-beaded. You don't worry about the awful side effects and the awful needles. You worry about something that is at a mimicking effect in a cellular level, okay? Anything that's in an injectable, that's a foreign filler, guess what's happening when it comes in? It's probably disrupting the endocrine or somehow altering glucose levels. And now it goes back to, hey, how much good is this causing versus how much bad? Okay, so that's what I work with. I work with micro-beaded. They're backed by science, proven through clinicals and third-party validation. You don't need a prescription to use them. And I've got 3 different types of stacks. I've got an Elevate. I've got a bikini in a bottle called Body. And then I also have something called Beauty. So the people who don't want to have to get Botox and fillers and lip injectors. So it really just depends. Again, if you drop cell activation, that can be a further conversation. But a lot of people start immediately seeing the cells become activated. And when you get off of them, the most beautiful thing is as long as 70% of your foods, okay, as long as 70% of your foods are regular without having the additives and fillers, which now you have the Yuka app, okay? You're gonna maintain. You get 30% leeway. You don't have to be perfect at all. So being down over 40 pounds now and losing over 27 inches, you guys, I'm not perfect, but 70% of the time, my foods don't have additives, toxins, or dyes. That's more important than counting calories. So Cindy, I'll share that video with you and ask you a few questions to figure out what stack would be best for you. Everything I use has science-backed third-party validation and in clean and is 30 days money back guaranteed. So I know we covered kind of a lot for your grocery shopping haul. You really want to make sure that you get that Yuka app, Y-U-K-A. I gave you the trick. Drop new in the comments if you're new. I'll give you the guide that helped in many ways. The trick is covering the last number of calories. Now you know. And stay on the perimeter of the grocery store. Stay on that perimeter. Okay? Yeah, you're talking about my daily dose of dense nutrition. So really quick before I hop off, because I've got to run, I have a call with someone. So what happens is our soil depletion. Guys, we can't help this. Like, things are happening in the States. And I'm as a group certified fitness instructor with Lifetime, a true person to get your fruits and veggies in religiously 6 cups for years for the fiber. And when I met a girl who came all the way over, Cassandra she came all the way over from Australia, she knew, me being in the States, that I'd get 6 cups. So she asked me nicely to stop using them, vegetables and fruits, and to use what's called a daily dose of dense nutrition. And at first I was a hard no, very much against that. And then I became open to it because I didn't have to pay anything. And I saw a video that showed me what was happening within the soil depletion. And I cannot tell you what a night and day difference I feel from actually getting antioxidants and nutrients. And because of the soil depletion, my organic fruits and vegetables were lacking the nutrients. We're lacking, okay, the nutrients and the antioxidants. So it's a green, you pour it in, it's very delicious. It does not get clumpy. You mix it with water, it's like a dark green, almost violet. It's delicious and smells delicious. I go number 2 within 30 minutes of using it. It's called my daily dose of dense nutrition, but the real term is Alive, A-L-I-V-E. That's what probably has most made me feel alive on top of my microbeaded peps, okay? That's what I would really say, and I'll never stop using collagen. You're depleted in it every single year. Okay, I used to be the girl who used to get you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that stuff, or I just found a way to pull back a little bit and it pays for itself. Number 1, job 1, priority 1, I want to have confidence and self-esteem and good energy. So I cut back on other things to be able to have those type of things. And science matters to me. Clinicals, third-party validation, and cleanliness. So if you drop Alive or greens in the comments, more than happy to share with you the information that I saw about that system. So again, if you want that hydrogen water that athletes are paying thousands for that's clean, drop the word hydrogen. The collagen, that's a belly fat blasting liquid collagen, drop collagen. The Alive is the greens, drop Alive. And then also we covered, I have a nootropic blend coffee that's clean. You can drop coffee if you want, 0 pesticides. 9 out of 10 coffees that are out there, guys, you take like a chlorine stick infested with pesticides. Then when you have pesticides and you have high roasting beans, we have to worry about something becoming carcinogenic. So yeah, if you drop coffee, I can share that with you. So make sure you hit follow. I'll be in your inbox, or add friend. If you're new, drop new. I'll send you that guide that helped me in many ways in the comments for you. I work with a lot of people who are on thyroid medication, have gastric sleeve, cancer, on cholesterol medication. They're getting off of it, high A1C levels. So if you're worried about the side effects, what you're gonna really see is an improvement in your hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, skin's elasticity, your sleep, and you're gonna speed up the weight loss efforts. You're gonna feel better along the way with energy, and you're really gonna crash the food noise and cravings for sugar and salt. When it comes to, yeah, thank you, Rita, I'll send you that coffee video as well. So everything's 30 days money back guaranteed. And if you're the person that's like, I've tried everything, I love that you've tried everything. And that was me for 11 months when I got 0 results. But what I found and what turned me up inside was the fact that I knew what it is that I didn't want to try. I was that much closer. And when I found that there was 30 days money back guaranteed, and I'd never tried something like this before and had someone explain it to me, I moved forward in the process, and it forever changed my life. So I'm very grateful. If you're gonna tell me that you can't afford it, I would never not want to be able to change your life because of money. So I would say, hey, after you watch the video, money aside, would you move forward? And if your answer is yes, it's because you can do it in 4 or 6 payments. And also, I can share with you how you can start sharing this with people without ever going live or reels. I give you content and you literally can start earning 40% commission. So you pay nothing for your products and you're also getting the word out there. You'll never find any of this on a billboard, in a store, ever, or on a commercial. So if you drop video in the comments, I can share with you how you can start making $500 extra a month and not pay for your products, and no, you do not have to recruit anyone to be underneath you, and no, you do not have to spam your friends and family. If you're positive, coachable, and willing to grow, I can show you exactly how it is that I did it in the last 9 years. And my background was HR, cleaning houses, and literally doing hair out of my basement. The only reason why I said yes was because I had 60 grand in debt. So I love you. I think you're amazing. Hop in my inbox if you have any questions. I'm a real person. I'm not seriously, you've most likely never had a Michelle Churchill Dworack in your back pocket. So it's been quite an honor. I hope you have the best day ever. I might be back for a surprise episode Saturday or Sunday. Share this with a friend. Tag them right now, @ their name. Save this for a day that you're feeling down, because the why behind it is going to turn you up so much inside. And when you come and tune into the breakfast show, you realize you're never alone. I fail forward every day, but every single day, just know that I'm rooting for you in your corner with my water, with my protein, with my fiber, and with my freaking mindset. So I love you. I hope you have the best day ever. I hope this was helpful.